Hi everybody, welcome back to Mando Lessons. This is part 3 and the final part in a quick little series I'm doing on understanding modes. In the first 2 lessons I talked about kind of connecting modes to Irish music specifically, but also just kind of the common keys and modes you'll play in a lot of traditional fiddle music styles, whether it's Irish or old time or French, Canadian, Quebecois, English, you name it, Scottish. And in this lesson, it's just going to be a little bit more theories based. If you've watched the first 2 and you're still with me, this will just be a quick little lesson where I go through all of the different modes. I only went through the ones that are commonly used in mostly traditional Irish music, but there are a couple I didn't talk about, so I just want to go through them. So let's use the key of C, starting with this C on the G string. Or you can follow along if you've got a piano next to you. We're just going to be working with all of the white keys on the piano. So we have our C major scale. It's all the white keys on a piano. There's no sharps, no flats, anything like that. And so that's our C major scale, also known as C Ionian. That's the Greek word for it. And then if we use all those white keys or the same notes on the fretboard, but start on D, then we've got our D mode out of C, which is D Dorian. Which is one that we used is used a lot in Irish music. Often not D, often it's an E Dorian, but that's in previous lessons. The next one is a little farther out, so again, still using those same notes, we're going to start and end on E. Oh, sorry. So that right there, whenever you're starting a scale and you start with a half step, that's always kind of a clue, and it can be one of 2 modes. This one is the Phrygian. So that's E Phrygian. It's a little less stable. You know, it's a little harder, at least for me, to kind of wrap my ears and get my head into that tonality. That's why I'm kind of noodling around and always ending on that E to kind of get my ears into that sonic space. Next up, again, playing the notes of a C scale. No sharps or flats, all the white keys, but starting and ending on F, you get a Lydian scale. So the sort of the sort of takeaway note here is that sharp 4th note. Very major. Got that major 3rd. Then the sort of the stretched out 4th, the sharp 4. Next up is our G Mixolydian. Again, C scale, all the white notes on a piano, starting and ending on G. Very major. But it's got that flat 7, that F natural. Next up is our A Aeolian, another minor. just go up and down the scale. Forgot to do that on this one. You can also take that one down here. But kind of your classic minor sound. It's also known as a natural minor. Is another word for Aeolian. And then your final scale is B. Again, the notes of a C scale, all the white keys on a piano, starting and ending on B. Again, a little less grounded to my ear, as a kind of primarily Western music-based musician. Don't get to play that scale a whole lot, but that is the Locrian mode. B Locrian. And then you're back to C, which is your major Ionian scale. So that's all of the scales. I'm going to go through them again really quick and just sort of talk about what the altered note of the scale is. So if I start on, just as a kind of further exercise, I'm now going to use the key of D, because that's what we were talking about in the first lesson. And you can start to hear how each scale is altered from the major scale. So I'm using D major as the bass scale, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. And really, I think it's a helpful exercise to play through some of the other modes and just listen to how they are different from the major scale. That can really connect them in your mind by saying, okay, it sounds like a major scale, except... So I'm going to go through that and tell you which degree of the scale is changed in what way. So D major is unaltered, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And that's just the degree of the scale. First degree, second degree, third degree, fourth degree, fifth degree, sixth degree, seventh degree, 8, or back to 1. So for example, a D so that's D major or Ionian, a D modal or Dorian being the technical term, is going to have a flat third and a flat 7. So 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. Again, D Dorian or any Dorian is going to be flat 3, flat 7. 1, 2, flat 3, flat 7. Phrygian is a little farther out. We have a flat 2, a flat 3, a flat 6, and a flat 7. So that's 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 4, flat 3, flat 2, 1. Next up, Lydian. So Lydian is very close to major, except it has a sharp 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 7, 6, 5, sharp 4, 3, 2, 1. So that sharp 4 is the only difference from major, is major or Ionian, and Lydian, it has that sharp 4, and everything else is the same. Mixolydian, D Mixolydian, is very similar also to a major scale. The only difference is a flat 7. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 1, flat 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aeolian, which is your natural minor mode, is flat 3, flat 6, and flat 7. 1, 2, 3, flat 3, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 4, flat 3, flat 2, 4, flat 3, natural 2, 1. And the final scale would be D Locrian, which is a lot of flats. So you have flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, and flat 7. So that sounds like this. 1, flat 2, flat 3, natural 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, 1, flat 7, flat 6, flat 5, 4, flat 3, flat 2, 1. And then you're back to D major again. So as you play through these, again, some of these you're just not going to use in, especially Locrian and Phrygian, and for the most part Lydian. Those you just really don't tend to find in Irish music and old time music and Quebecois, English, Scottish. There are exceptions, and other traditions of music definitely use those scales all the time. But those ones are definitely less common. In Irish music, you're really going to find Ionian, Dorian, Mixolydian, and sometimes Aeolian. And so yeah, those are all of them. And I just kind of went through them a couple different ways, talking about how they relate to a C major scale or the white keys on a keyboard, and also talking about what notes in sort of playing the different modes with the same tonic, that D. Oops. And then all those different permutations, all starting and ending on D, but using the different ways that the modes are displaced from the major scale. And as you use them more, you can really start to think and say to yourself, like, oh yeah, that's the Lydian mode. It's very major, but it's got that sharp 4. And sort of start working them into your brain. Thanks for watching. Again, this was a little more theory heavy, but if you're looking for more tunes or songs or other techniques and fundamentals about playing the mandolin, check out mandolessons.com. All the lessons are free. There's a couple ways to donate, but only if you choose to do so. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.